So Game of Thrones has ended, and, well, Twitter is coming alive with its opinions. The articles haven't hit yet, but those will be coming soon, very soon. I bet you we're going to see quite a few interesting ones that we'll talk about, and we'll also talk about some crazy opinions.
Pathetic earthlings! Who can save you now?
Flash! Savior of the universe! Strange object imaged in the Imperial Vortex.
So before we get into the crazy, let's talk about the episode just for a minute. I didn't care for the way the series ended. As a long-term fan of the show and the books, I'm really kind of disappointed by the way this has all ended. It kind of kills my motivations for reading the future books, if they ever even come out. I'm very upset. I think most people are very upset with the way it ended. It was kind of, as they say here, hacky. And I think people are showing that here in this audience score of 39%. But most people can't just say, hey, it is what it is. Well, no, they have to take it to extremes. So there's been articles written about the show for a long time, calling it ismphobe and all that stuff. This time we're going to see ableism is going to be thrown in there. It's really funny. The articles are coming. They haven't dropped yet. But you can look forward to reading about how it should have been a Whammon on the throne. Should have been a POC, stuff like that. Grey Worm should have got it. Not Bran the Broken, which you think they'd be celebrating, but they're not. No, they're calling it ableism, which we're going to get into it. But I want to take a moment to share some of the better crazy opinions I found when searching the final episode on Twitter and what the people generally thought about it. Like this person here. They really spent a whole effing decade just to send the message that entitled white men, when they literally do nothing, will be rewarded while the Whammon and POC battled out to get to the effing end.
You went full retard, man. Never go full retard.
Sam gonna be Grand Maester without finishing his master's degree? White men really do the bare minimum, yet get the best jobs.
What a story, Mark.
Oh, and then we have this hot take. Sansa survives torture and comes out on top by using her wits. Arya trains for years with some of the best fighters in the world and calls the mother effing Night King. Bran falls out of a window and says weird stuff. What, men? This should totally be our king. So I didn't think that he should be I wanted Jon Snow to be the king. So I think most people wanted him to be the king. Though I do think that his ending, him going off with Wolf and Tarmon, I think that's actually a pretty good ending for him because the guy doesn't want power. He didn't want to be a leader. You could kind of see that. I think that was a good ending for him in a lot of ways. Though I would have rather seen him be a king. I'd rather seen him on the throne. But, it is what it is. I would even like to have seen Tyrion on the throne, to be honest. But no, they gave it to Bran out of nowhere, which was really strange. But you're gonna see some conflicting opinions on this. I just thought this was funny. Here's somebody that's actually making a really good point that I want to bring up. So Sansa, I'm Queen of the North, an independent state, right? So she's the leader of her own nation. Now she's a queen. She's Queen of the North. Arya, I'm going to be a pioneer. I'm not a lady. So she's going to go make new maps of the world. I would assume that's what she's going to do since she doesn't know what's there. She wants to be an explorer. That's what explorers do. Tyrion. Okay, so Bran isn't swayed by notions of green and power, is a good guy, and is a psychic king. Then, of course, the weirdos on Twitter. Effing white men, And then you have Game of Thrones laughing emoji, okay sign. And he actually went and grabbed a lot of the same kind of pictures that I've grabbed, which I thought was funny. But, it does kind of solidify that these people are never happy. You had a lot of wins, I would think, for the weirdos and the NPCs, that you got a queen, you got a female explorer. She had no interest in, being a lady, because she could have went to House Baratheon, who he still had it at the end of the series. So she could have went and married him and became super powerful. Didn't want to do that. Wanted to go be an explorer. And you're going to see later, someone's actually going to point that out and call it garbage. All right, so here's that tweet. So this is a retweet of this one. It says, Lord Baratheon looks stupid hot, though. Listen to this double standard real quick. So it's okay for women to get on and say that these dudes look hot, but if a guy says that, well, we know that that's an ism or an ist, right? Patriarch, all that stuff. But if a woman does it, it's okay. And you see this, I've always been so annoyed by this. Like if you go to like fangirls over on sci-fi.com, they're like, oh my God, Thor's arms are so big. You go to the Mary Sue, there's literally articles with the biggest tragedy of Avengers is that they put sleeves on Thor's big arms. But you know, if an article or whatever to come out by a bigger site where they're like, damn, Sansa's ass looking good. I'm good. You know, it's such a double standard. But here we get this take. Proof positive that the series is written by white men. So what does it have to do with like the color of the dude? Wouldn't you just say men? So are you saying like other groups don't think that? This doesn't make any sense to me. Why it's white? Because what does it have to do with saying that women don't like to get it on, which is what she's implying? Like, why wouldn't Arya stay? Like, that's never really been a central point of her character, is something like that. All right, so here's a point of someone that doesn't watch the show. Calling Daenerys Mad Queen, while Bran Stark has seen the future and can prevent this and the slaughter of thousands in King's Landing, did nothing. Then when the war is over, he became king. White man writers at their finest. That's wrong. So Bran can't see the future. He can see the past. That's all he can see. Now, he can determine that she's probably going mad, but he had no way to know what she was going to do. I'm sure he had assumptions, but Bran doesn't see the future. Bran can only see the past. So I find it funny they have a House Targaryen in there when it really seems you don't really understand a damn thing about the show. Of course, Sam suggests democracy, and of course, all the old white men laugh him off. All right, so now we're going to get into some other stuff. Ableism. Because that's the other thing people are mad about now. It's Daenerys didn't get it. Sansa didn't get it. Oh, the mayor, Bran got it. Oh, the people who write the show, they're too white. No, now it's because of Bran the Broken, which kind of goes with the titles that they've given people on the show. And it's kind of demeaning to a king to have that name in a way. I think so, which I think is part of the reason why they gave it to him. But let's listen to these hard takes here. Giving some hard side eye to the people defending the casual ableism in Game of Thrones tonight. He could have been literally named anything else other than that. Seriously, it's not that hard. Bran the Scene. Kind of, because how are you going to convince people that Bran the Scene can warg into animals or go into the past? It's kind of weird. People aren't going to really understand that. They're Bran the Broken. Honestly, it's kind of a humble dude. Oh, Bran the Broken. Hey, humble guy is going to let people call him that. That's my take on it. The last episode of Game of Thrones is full of ableist nonsense. Don't even have a joke about this. Bran the Broken. Effed up ableism. Pissed. Also, come on, dude. The ugly Christmas sweater thing, that's not a year-round thing. And then this was one of my favorite ones. King Bran the Broken is a name rooted in classic ableism. I'm here to tell Bran he isn't broken. He's different. Let's call it out. Stop with the gross ableism by calling Bran the Broken. There had to be a better choice of words for him, and it's telling that this is what the writers went with. I mean, I don't get why it's telling for them going with that. I mean, it really does sound like a medieval name, to be honest, which I think is what they were going for. Yeah, maybe. I hate to defend the writers because I think they were terribly lazy and they're terribly bad at writing without source material. But this isn't a reason why the show is bad. Listen to this guy. I'm getting so mad off by the Bran the Broken thing. He's not just effing broken because he can't walk. Add ableism to the list of effed up things this show has done. And then the last one I picked out, which was absolutely my favorite because it calls for policing memes. Let's listen to this. Folks, if you see the Bran won't be on the Iron Throne meme, please recognize it for its vulgar ableism and disability slurs and report it. The only way we can teach people is to take action. And then here's a screenshot of her doing a report of someone's tweet on Instagram. So I guess there's a meme of him. He won't be on the Iron Throne. I don't know what it is, but of course, it's vulgar ableism and disability slur. I can't stand these people. They hate everything. Nobody's mad because it just was a bad ending. They're mad because ableism. Which, how is it? The dude's literally the king of the 6 kingdoms. I'm sorry. The 6 kingdoms now. And, of course, it's a bunch of white dudes that ruined the show because, well, you know, they made a woman queen of a nation and made another woman an explorer, but it's bad because she didn't want to stay around for sex. Okay. You people are weird, man. And you're crazy, too. You're definitely crazy. Anyway, yeah, let me know what you think about this madness in the comments. Throw a like up because likes really do help the channel. Check out the links in the description if you want to help in any way, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Trump is now president of the United States. President Obama is the ex-president. And Mr. Trump, for the moment, steps away for the inaugural address.